And Anthony Forlini, who is now the Macomb County Clerk and is in studio with us this morning. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me, Steve. Appreciate it.
Let's talk about one of the things that the president talked about in a long address, and something that you guys caught, too, in Macomb County, and that's security when it comes to going to the polls, when we do so, when it comes to a primary or the election, the midterm coming up in November. Security polling places is a big deal. And you caught some folks that weren't citizens that were voting, and that seems to be something that pops up a lot.
Well, you know, it all came up from our jury pool. Our jury pool there were people coming in with a green card saying, hey, I'm not a citizen. I can't be in a jury pool. Well, for God's sakes, why are they in this jury pool to begin with? The Secretary of State's office should have sorted those people out right up front. But then it occurred to me, hey, are these people registered to vote? And we had over 1,000 over the last year and a half that were in our jury pool that were not citizens. On the other end, we had 1,040 of them were actually registered to vote. And of that, 5 of them have shown a voting record, which is pretty serious stuff.
Are they doing this on purpose? Do they just think they should vote because they're here? I mean, how does it different for each one of those people?
Yeah, Steve, I can't tell you that because that's not the level of our investigation. Our investigation is to see this, turn it over to the Secretary of State's office, which we have, and the policing agencies, and they need to do their investigation. But it's just too common with a very small sampling that we have that this should be happening. This should not be happening, and it shouldn't be that widespread. And that's just Macomb County. This is just Macomb County. I would imagine bigger counties like Oakland and Macomb have a much bigger problem.
Talk to us a little bit about then your philosophy moving forward, should you get the job to run the state when it comes to that. We've been pretty secure when it comes to Kent and Ottawa. We've had great access with them. They did catch a little something in Muskegon County, but they caught it, which I think is important. Now, whether or not they should have done a greater investigation is something that we'll see moving forward. But how about you if you get the job?
Well, you know, and that's what people are expecting out of all of us is good transparency, get the job done, make sure everyone's doing their job properly. Proper protocols are put in place. These kinds of things, is particularly this non-citizen issue, because on your driver's license, Steve, it says right up front, are you a U.S. citizen, yes or no? The answer is no. It should not go to the jury pool. It should not be. That should end it right there. Unfortunately, that doesn't end it. Something else is happening wrong in the system. We're going to do some investigations, make sure that we get that stuff just separated out, because it's a lot of work for the county clerks to separate these things out at our end when it is already possible at the Secretary of State's level.
I've seen a lot of interviews with you, and you're slow to throw arrows at Garland Gilchrist and more to talk about your record. You were in the State House as well before you were the Macomb County Clerk. There's been kind of a spirit of bipartisanship in Macomb County. Can you talk about how that might work at the state level?
Listen, we are all Americans at the end of the day, are we not? So that is what I focus on. Where is our commonalities? Where are we really trying to help the public? And those that are Democrats and those that are Republicans that want to do that mission of getting things done, I'm with them. If you're on the other side of it, I'm not so happy to work with you.
And again, when you go to the polls in November, you get to pick separately the Secretary of State, right? That's how it works.
Yep.
And then you show up on our driver's license. You've been endorsed by Candace Miller, I see, a former Secretary of State.
Yes. Yeah. No, we've got some great endorsements, some good people, and you know, I take that seriously, and I take that with responsibility because, listen, we are all out this to do the right job, and if I do my job wrong, I'm going to embarrass all these people. That's not going to happen.
That is the city or the county clerk in Macomb County, Anthony Forlini. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you, Steve.